action?
Yes, that for us as teachers, it's a turning point for the student that we get to see when they stop listening to this inner chatter that goes on and tune in, and then we can help you as a student more because we're building them, we're establishing a bond.
Yeah.
But skipping back to your first class, so you walked in your long outfit, and it was hot and it was hard, and you probably thought you were going to die 100 times.
Yeah, everything started sticking to me, and I thought, oh God, this is. But then I realised then, sweating is good because this is all detoxifying me, and this is fantastic, and I loved the feeling that I was getting rid of all this rubbish from inside. And so then the next time I came in, the trousers were a wee bit shorter. And I had this weird experience where in one of the poses where you would bend down, I looked and there were beads of sweat on my calf and the front, and I just looked and went, yes, this is happening for me, it's all going out. The bad stuff's
coming out.
Yeah.
On that note of wearing the shorter shorts, because I think for a lot of people, they're a bit self-conscious coming in.
I was.
Do you feel now that when you're in the room, could you describe maybe to someone that was coming in for the first time that it's normal, of course, to feel a bit self-conscious, but actually when you're in there, it's not a competitive environment?
It's not competitive, because I remember saying to you at one point, am I holding people back when I'm falling around the place because of my balance? It wasn't great, and I'm still working on it, but and you told me that nobody's interested in what I'm doing, because in there everyone's interested, everyone's focused on what they're doing themselves. And now that I am more focused on what I'm doing, there are newcomers coming in all the time, and I don't even notice. I really don't notice, because I've sort of moved up from the back now. I'm kind of in the middle somewhere, and eventually I just said, look, I need to see what's going on here. I need to see what's going on with my knees, because holding your leg and having the concrete here, no knee, having no knee.
And you're building a lot of strength now in your legs as a result of that, right?
Yeah, I thought I could do that with all the other stuff, but this is actually building strength.
Yeah.
Before I was just dropping, a little bit of weight, but this is actually building strength in my thighs. But so I wanted to see what my knees were doing, because I didn't know whether they were up or down, or what was happening, and what was getting stronger here. So eventually I just thought, look, nobody's looking at me anyway, get on with it. And so I just came in shorts, and I had I'm conscious of my thighs. We all have our issues about our own body image, and mine were like, I cellulite on my thighs, and I have spent my whole entire life, how do I get rid of this? But the thing is, it's my diet. I know it's my diet from being educated in the room. What we take into our bodies is what comes out.
And that's one thing that both Tony and I have noticed a lot, and that's something for you, like, to congratulate you on, is that we've noticed you've turned a huge corner in your practice. One of the reasons why we're talking to you today, because there comes a point, and it's different for everybody, as a student in the room, where they will take the yoga outside the room with them, and they will incorporate it more into their lifestyle, and they'll be more conscious about the choices of food that they're putting in their body. And it's very visible to us that you've now turned that corner, and your body now is absorbing the yoga even more and changing so rapidly, because it's not just about in the room now, it's a whole lifestyle for you. Can you talk a little bit about that?
I've been talking to everyone about that. Because,
are they sick listening to you?
Kind of, because I can't believe when you mentioned to me about the change. I'm so busy working all the time that I've noticed the change in the size of clothes, but I didn't notice that, my eyes, my aura or whatever has changed. But people are telling me that you look different, you're behaving different. I feel different within myself. I really do. I've got this sort of inner strength that I didn't have before, and it is definitely down to Bikram Yoga, because this for me now is essential.
Okay.
This is an essential thing in my life.
Yeah.
I have to go back to when I started, because when I went on holiday in 2015, I had been doing Bikram Yoga since September, on and off and on and off, on and off. And when I went on holiday, I sort of stiffened up again and realised that I need to get back there. And ever since that time, I've just kept coming back and getting a wee tiny bit better and better each time. And then I realised that you can't come in here, do all this good for your body and mind, and then go out and eat fish and chips. You're just doing it as two different things, two totally different ends of the spectrum. And I wanted to have a whole life, a whole healthy life. I want to be the best me, you know, that I can be, and I need the energy for my life in general. And this is the only thing I've ever done that has released energy from inside me, rather than knackering me for the complete, day. I go home energized, and
even though you come from work, and even though you've had maybe a stressful day and a bit
if you
tired,
had told me that I was going to come here from work, I would have laughed, because I'm exhausted after work. But I actually rushed around after work to get to class, because I know what this does for me. And it's not just for me, it's not just weight loss now.
Well, that was my next question. I wanted to say, from when you started to where you are now, because the practice changes all the time. So when you look back now in reflection, what does the practice mean to you now? At first it was a wee bit about weight loss and getting fit. Now,
well, weight loss and getting fit, and getting leaner and being fitter. And I looked around the room and I saw all these people, and I thought, because it's scary for somebody walking in for the first or second time. You're seeing all these sort of lean bodies and people who can stretch all over the place, and it's not about, as you told me, it's not about, I'm flexible, but it's about building strength. Have I veered off the question?
No, well, a little bit, but keep going.
What was the question again?
In reflection of when you started, 2014, so the practice, when you come in the door, everybody comes in with certain reasons, like I want to lose weight, or I need to get fit, or whatever it is. And then as you go through the practice and you start to have these subtle realizations, and you make changes in your life, like you said there, it's not even about getting the fitness anymore. It's becoming something different for you.
Well, I think I've always been reasonably healthy. I've had a healthy outlook, but my body doesn't follow, because I like sugar.
Okay.
I have a sweet tooth. My father's diabetic, and we all have a sweet tooth. But when I first came here, it was a bit about weight loss. But then, as I listened to you and Tony and the teachings, and heard little jewels of information, I realised that this is much more. This is mental calm. And the first time I ever felt actual meditation was in a pose.
Oh wow, that's a really good thing.
Oh yeah, was in a pose, because you can't do some of the poses without actually meditating and focusing, and that's when your mind's empty. Because we all have so busy lives these days, and everything is so hectic out there, that when I was advised to leave your rubbish at the door and come in, and with a clear and open mind, then you can actually relax into the practice.
So what would you say to someone who's out there today thinking, I've heard about this hot yoga, this Bikram yoga, I want to try it, but I'm so unfit, and maybe I have to be flexible, and have all those anticipations about coming in the door? What would your advice be?
Well, my advice would be, just get here. Just turn up, and don't worry, nobody's judging, there's no judgment here, you're all doing your own practice, and it's the best physical and mental thing I've ever done for myself. I mean, the changes are incredible, and everyone can do this. You know, you don't have to be flexible, because this is where you get flexible.
Right, exactly.
We're flexible when we're born, and then we learn how to be stiff. We learn how to stiffen up because we sit at desks at school, we sit at desks at our jobs, or we lift wrongly, we do different things. But this is where you unlearn all those bad habits and learn new habits, new good habits. And you get, gradually through time, you get advice on, you know, different foods and different ways to eat. I mean, now, for instance, I would eat a dinner at lunchtime if I know I'm going to do yoga in the evening.
And that's okay.
Oh yeah, because it means I'm not going home and eating at night for comfort the way I used to do.
Right.
And I mean, I've tried everything. I tried Slimming World, and I tried all sorts of Weight Watchers and all these different things. But the thing that's actually made me change my lifestyle is here, is Bikram Yoga. Because I was looking around the people in the room and the teachers, and you know, you had something that I wanted, and it'll probably take a long time, but I want that calm, and I can feel it happening more every day, and different, you know, my eating plan is completely different now. I actually wake up in the morning looking forward to my breakfast, rather than looking forward to the film and the ice cream and the chocolate. So it's a different way to enjoy your life, and I enjoy my life now.
Great. Well, thanks so much, Maggie, for coming in and for sharing your experiences. And it's been a pleasure for us, because for us, when we teach and a student really starts to embrace the practice, then the bond for us as teachers, the potential opens up even more. And I mean, that's why we do what we do. So thank you for giving us that opportunity, and I look forward to sending this out to some other people, and hopefully we can inspire some other people to come in the door. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.